Good day and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole. I'm not tired. You're tired.
It's been a long week.
All right.
Too much stress.
Let's roll some dice and de-stress.
You won't feel any better, but you'll be much more.
What was that? What was that, Quinn?
Step on a D4.
I said spit on a D4. You won't feel better, but you'll be a lot more awake.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't noticed, we do have a remote player today. Hey, fist bump.
There we go. We got the fist in. So,
someone crop that, make a gift.
hey, you know, I'm doing these on
I'm making that
purpose.
your ringtone.
All right.
Quinn Milne, followed by JD Arts, and also RPG Elements. We got the various equipment, not fan art. We got paint arts. We got a bunch of miniatures made by him, which is going to be RPG Elements, and followed by JD Arts, because I finally remembered his. Not his name, but his art name.
Those are our folks who have helped us do all
His
the lovely art.
Henry?
It's not plume, but at this point, but nom de brush.
Nom de brush.
I'm there.
I have
No, it's something different.
Yeah, we might need to bump his audio there, can you? Okay, hey, let's go and get to the intro so we can roll this sucker, right? And we'll be right back in 1 minute.
Press the button.
Every time.
Damn it.
Every time.
Jesus Christ. Welcome back, everyone.
I can't count.
I don't know when it came back, but, you know, it came back. Hi. I hope I made lovely faces, but I'm already a pug enough, so. Last time we left our intrepid adventurers on the Silver Menagerie. What are we doing? What are you adjusting?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make everyone sick?
Go ahead.
Last time on the Silver Menagerie, +1. You finished the trials of the and tribulations of the various chambers of the Temple of Elemental Harmony, answering the question that will never have a single answer, as you answered the ultimate question with this last elemental mountain, given its own heart to seemingly give the last signature. Though, secretly, something else happened, and you were able to receive, after placing your answer amongst many others, I'm failing on the name now. On the hearth, the Soul Flare Talisman.
Okay.
There's like 6 names for each vestiges, because depending on the region that you go to, people will say different things.
Ooh, you're right.
Because legendary items have that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They carry names.
with the desperate plea of and actions of a local frogman, you're able to fight him off and go through the painting once more. Travel via painting back to the forged city of Hartkern, with +1 as well, minus a bone devil. Unfortunate. How sad. As you guys were bandaged up, healed up, you were discussing on where to go, followed by where you should go, when you should go, and your next course of action, as currently one of your party members, being Quinn, is currently de-sugarifying in a giant sugar crystal that was kind of semi-sentient, a pixie. And you are correct, Quinn, by the way. It is a pixie because I remember fairies as a 5e race now. I'm like, my bad. And I still don't know the difference between a pixie and a fairy.
One's a little bit
Size, mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Because you're not 100% straight.
One's more closely related to a Dixie.
They're both just as
That's
annoying.
Shadowfell version.
Both just as annoying.
Anyway, how would you guys like to progress as
I need a
Quinn
gun.
is a little busy with the rock right now. Well, Sugar Rock. Oh, you're currently getting all your shit out from the overgrown rock canyon.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just
And
straight up picking
if
it
I
up.
recall, we are literally just finishing our long rest from returning. Correct?
Semi. You're in the process of it.
All right.
Yes, we're in our downtime.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was pretty well hurt there.
I think everyone was pretty well hurt there.
And I would like to make certain I went in the pool. That's right, we did do this. It was we were in the middle of this. I was in the pool, and who put the kick me sign? Very funny, ha ha ha. So on my back.
On the flashback later.
Yes. All right. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. We have 2 days to go save. We can go teleport. We can.
Oh, to save Drake.
We can
Right.
go save Drake. We can teleport there. But don't you have a painting you need to deliver?
Okay, before that's not time sensitive, but seriously, where are we going? We can save Drake. I think we need to go raid your ex-girlfriend's place.
Yes, that's a one way of putting it.
Girlfriend?
I like them big. What do you want?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I need to hear this story over an ale.
It would take more than one. So Vedic has transformed the bar. Like every available surface has both bottles and books open. You don't know where in the hell he got the books, but they're just books and scrolls and one small stone tablet. You know, he's just turned the bar into like this research lab. He's running red strings along the wall, that sort of thing.
Oh shit. So yeah, you turned into like a space that is not supposed to be a study, but you transferred into a study, whatever room it once was before. All right.
There's still a bar here. You just gotta find
Is
it.
paging through a book, making corrections. No, didn't happen that way. That's not the way I heard it.
Hey,
Why are you correcting Fizzbam's lost tone of dirty limericks?
How else does
Because
he
when
get
you
his source
translate
material?
this out of Elven, it doesn't mean that anymore.
Well, I would think you might want to even move that over here for his audio, yeah. But we'll give that a go. See how that works. We're trying to make sure you can be heard there, Quinn. So, without having to yell. All right, so you should be fine now. We're moving things around. So, do you have anywhere pressing business that you need to work through?
I'm in my room. I didn't come down with you fools.
This is fair.
You left, I closed the door. I'm going to bed.
Yes, as a social creature she is.
So those are 2 things that I know of. What was the third? We had a third one, didn't we?
It was something of mine.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. I would love to go see your... No, I wouldn't like to go see your... What is your girlfriend in the first place?
We haven't had the best
You
track
said
record
you
with
like them
dragons.
big.
We haven't had the best track record with dragons. I know that much.
So, dragons, right? When
Or
they get really, 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 really old.
So you like them wrinkly too.
Older than that, they don't wrinkle like that.
I mean, he's old.
It's never
Sorry,
it's never one horde.
Actually, wrinkles-
they turn to split.
Turn to split what?
Lizards don't get fat.
Oh no, but I was thinking, see, turtles
They
get,
just
turtles
get
get a lot
bigger.
of wrinkles when they get older. It's actually kind of sexy.
They split their hordes into multiple hordes. You can't keep track of it. Plus, there's some value in actually separating. You can cover more land area that way with your. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So they split their hordes into lots of different pieces, little sub-hordes, if you like. And each one tends to be can be themed, especially if they get particularly bored. And it just so happens that I know of a dragon horde that has something that we might want to go get.
Which
What would that be?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. He pulls out the book, like a great big tome, boom, and lays it open. He goes, I'm still working that one out. But
What kind of dragon are we talking about here? Are we talking...
I have a better question. Do we go save Drake?
We should go save Drake. We only have 2 days to do it.
But do we?
do you want to know?
Yes.
Of course we see. All right, hang on. And he like pushes some bottles out of the way and like picks up some chalk and scribbles on this that starts scribbling numbers and numeracy on the tabletop.
Because we know this is a trap. We know this is a trap.
It is a trap.
Of course, it's a trap. All right, I will cast. Oh, what do we want to? How big a spell do I want to throw this morning? Hang on. Where lost?
Do either of you know what size? What Quinn and do you happen to know what girlfriend he's talking about? He hasn't divulged what kind of dragon it is.
He just said dragon.
I know, he just said dragon.
Don't worry. Dragons are color-coded for your convenience.
What?
Yes, it's fine. I'd like to know what color it is because right now I'm blind. You don't know what color it is either?
He hasn't said.
Let's see if we can get rid of that echo. Try that down here.
No, it's on his end.
It's on his end, yeah.
There is no way around it.
Yeah, all right. It is what it is.
All right.
Try to fix that
So
echo.
I will cast divination.
Yes.
Divination.
Okay, and my single question, is:
I realized I forgot my phone, so I have no spells. Continue.
would you like mine? What manner of trap is waiting for us at Drake's rescue?
And may I have a specific of what the spell does?
Sure.
Just a refresher.
You off.
Because I
So
forgot my equipment. Nathan, could you go find my phone?
you ask a single question concerning a goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. Hey, convenient that. The GM offers a truthful reply. The right reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as additional spells, the gain or loss of a campaign, blah, 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 blah. And then I can only do it once every so often.
Okay. Alright. As you cast a divination, go and roll a d20 for me.
That is a natural 20 on the dice. First roll of the evening.
And it's weird. When you begin casting, as you begin pouring yourself into the divination, as you're wafting the streams of realities and the timelines and the possibilities of fate itself, you feel a tug that is not yours. As if another feeling, natural 20, another divination caster is in the mix of this particular event. You do not know, but you do feel the presence.
Oh, it's Warden? Holy shit!
Though you are able to pass by it, either by sheer luck or more likely because you're just awesome.
That's right.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
You see,
Non-detection counters divination real easy. Oh shit, and Drake, never mind, I don't know that. Go on.
but you do get past this.
Because you rolled a natural 20, you got lucky.
You see, in the series of images, land, both plentiful and giving, turn to ash and cinder. You begin to feel flames burning of damnation towards the goal that would be this location, led by a singular roaring beast marked with a sigil yet unseen, consuming all. Nothing is ready, and the flames are growing with each city it passes. Ahead of this flame you travel, supposedly, with almost acidic poison in the air. casters of divination, a powerful one at that, holds the strings above a puppeteer that would be Drake, as you feel a deep-seated woe wherever the strings are pulled.
So the seal finishes, and you get little blue fire as it scorches itself into the tabletop. And Vedic picks it up and goes, "Well, that isn't good."
Make
What
a
isn't good?
survival check. Because of the natural 20, you might get additional information that would not be gleaned from normal divination.
Usually it's just a simple yes or no.
That's a 7, which makes that a total of 10.
All right, so not the worst. Not the worst. And the DC is lowered because of your backstory. The memory comes loose, jogged loose even, of a particular session that you met a certain elf friend that's now sitting at the bar as well. Of a familiar primal instinct to tear apart certain colored dragons. You get that feeling once again on whoever's tugging this string.
Okay. Keep that bit to myself, then. Well,
Well, what?
so here's the thing. Are you familiar with I wouldn't know what I need an ancient culture from this world.
Are you asking me something?
Yeah, just throw out an ancient culture from this world.
Zortan.
Great.
Syrians.
The Zotaran. Are you familiar with the Zotaran? The problem of the Zotaran prophetess Cassandra.
Only to make conversation.
Who? What? Yeah.
All right. We'll
Yes, it's classic toilet reading material.
We'll skip that one. There's another diviner attempting to influence what we are attempting to do, and depending on who has the stronger vision of the future, well, they get better information. But unfortunately, a picture-perfect perception of the future would bind you irrevocably to that future. The more precise you are in allocating, in determining the future, the more you are bound by it.
Mm-hmm.
There's another diviner involved here who's attempting to manipulate things around this event. He puts the little thingy down.
Around this event? As in...
Around Drake's revival and the whole, or Drake's retrieval and the whole, Tarask problem.
So, going to get Drake be bad.
I didn't say that. Said it'll be much more complicated than we think it will be.
Okay.
And it looks as though Drake is being puppeted or controlled, possibly by this other diviner. I'm not. The imagery isn't real great at this point.
Which
There's a lot of static across the wire.
kind of don't want it to be super clear anyways, based on what you said. So, that makes sense.
Damn it. Well, do you think it's his mother?
Who's his mother?
Drake's mother.
Who's Drake's mother?
Some sort of powerful being that was...
Oh, that's...
They have some sort of world-ending calamity device that he had, like, a book that he stole. They were trying to chase after him to go get. So now they have that book.
And I think it had something to do with maybe pulling some interplanar creature through into this world realm. I'm guessing. I don't know if I'm reading right or not.
I mean, they have a Tarask on their doorstep, so they might want to try and, use it to either kill the Tarask or take care of the Tarask.
No, they're not trying to defend them, so they're trying to take over things. That's what's going on.
They have a Tarask problem.
Drake ran away with
Who
this.
doesn't? Sooner or later, we are all going to have a Tarask problem.
Drake ran away with that book. This city we are in right now was completely sieged by them.
By airships.
By airships. That's why we have one now.
Oh, yeah, we have an airship. I
There
remember
was a
that.
lot of destruction around here. You might still see some of it being repaired from this battle. And, they captured Drake and took him away. We haven't seen him since. We want to get him back. But his mother is somebody to do with a very powerful woman in the
Capital.
capital of the Verosian Empire. And She is trying to. This is hard. My memory is so poor. You're not there.
She knows everything.
I just imagine the classic anime, like annoy, tense symbols.
Oh no, this is
popping up.
hilarious.
She's.
Even if I was there, I'd just let you keep trying.
It's entertaining to watch him in pain.
So. And I have. She's apparently a very powerful mage of some sort.
Who isn't?
Fair. Everyone thinks they're a powerful mage.
Our concern is that not only do we have a Tarask, I have a feeling they're going to try and use the Tarask for their benefit. They're not going to try and kill the Tarask. They're going to want to try and
Steer it into their enemies, probably.
Point it.
steer it into their. Pardon, Quinn.
They want to point it at us.
Maybe.
Pointed at us or whatever creature or thing or entity that they're trying to unleash on this world through this book, which is sealed, by the way, with very, very heavy magic.
It was a book that was bulging and had wrapping in it. Like it was just about to explode. It's about the size like this big.
They wanted that book. I wish I took it from him. They would have took him and we'd still have the book.
And they come here again.
But now we're concerned that, see, the Verosians, you know the Verosians, they're nothing but power mongers. They just want to take over the entire world.
They lied to the people. We do have some of the people still here, though. We can question some of them.
Ooh.
Oh, they don't know anything.
Yes,
They won't know anything. They're grunts and they were expendable. They don't know anything.
Puffing on his pipe.
And they already killed the captain. That's what Thornbriar came from.
But we only have 2 days to go try and save him. Trap or no, we either let him die or we go try to save him. We can't go see your girlfriend, which we don't know is some sort of dragon that is a color. That's all I know.
Where would she even
You
be?
won't tell us what color she is.
Oh, there's no way she'd be in the horde at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you certain? What else would be there?
No,
That's what I'm worried
could
about.
be anything. Could be, of course, the dragon's lair. Of course, it's going to be heavily guarded and protected. But
Better question. Was it a clean break or was it a bad break?
oh, it was bad.
Okay.
It was very, very bad.
Okay.
It was very bad.
And the first time,
There's another.
pretty much any
there's
time
another
you've
trick.
ever known Vedek, this is like the first time he actually kind of
like,
sinks back.
he's very shrunken down. Like, it was bad. I have no doubt she would not be happy to see me.
I'm surprised he even
One of
made it
those
away.
breakups, huh?
That's why I don't date.
Did you break her heart? You bastard.
Yeah, you can break your heart.
I think he broke more than just that.
Well, she's as big as he describes. I highly doubt it.
Hey, enlarge is a thing.
Damn. All right.
And you think he has goggles?
So now, should we go?
I'm not sure
Does anyone want to go wake up Niquis? Find out what we're.
not,
wanna go make one?
not if you
Yeah,
paid
go,
me.
go
No.
ahead. You go, Rick Niquis. Pretty sure he hates you.
Where's that bone devil? We can
Wake
send
up
him to
Dragon's
do it.
Lair, wake up Nicholas. Wake up Dragon's Lair, wake up Nicholas, Dragon's Lair.
All right. So opportunity.
Roasted
So
Empire.
like, and he walks over and wheels over this whiteboard. You have no idea where it came from. But just this whiteboard gets wheeled over, and he starts writing on it a whiteboard. You don't know where the dry erase marker came from. You've never seen one before. But he's like,
And it's one of the dry weight marchers that's just a little
just a little squeaky squeak. Okay, rescue. What did you say his name was?
Drake.
Oh, of course it is. All right, Drake. Invade Dragon Lair.
Invade? I thought you said steal.
Whatever.
Semantics.
All right. What else? Wake Niquis. That's question number 3. What are our other options? I don't like any of these so far.
Fight Tarask.
Fight Tarask.
I'll take the Tarask, thank you.
Ooh, these suck.
How did we end up with these world calamities all on top of each other? Didn't we do that after?
Tell you what, the draw straws, short straw has to wait Nicholas.
I vote him. He's the short straw. He's the short one.
Better refuse. No.
Let's roll some dice.
That's
folks.
3 out of 10.
Let's find out who wakes Niquist.
So everyone roll a d20. How do you want to do this? Do you
Let's
want to
roll.
do
Let's roll on.
It's very clear. High roll or low roll, low roll go. Low roll go.
Natural 20.
I go. I got that one.
I got a 7.
All right. Here we go. My turn.
Quinn! Okay, they're just showing your dice.
15.
Sparks!
That one.
You get like half the straw than anyone else has.
I just pluck it and it rips.
What
Yeah.
did Quinn have?
Not 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
You got the
You're fired.
longest one.
You had one job. You're fired.
Sparks feeling there's almost like fluttering sensation in your chest. That's almost like a rhythmic gyration to it.
Before you go up, can we make sure we're all fully rested before we do this?
That's already been a rest. Okay, I'm gonna go shopping then. See you guys later.
Hold on. Before
Am I
we
that scary? That's scary.
Me and her at least have our understanding.
you look at things and they die.
Blood comes out of their eye sockets and they fall
from
over.
nagging on him.
So there's not enough protection for that.
I need a new gun. I'm going shopping.
Okay.
You
will
need
come
a
back
gun
later.
to come wake me up?
So
No, I broke my gun in the last fight. I need a new
while
gun.
this conversation is going on, Quinn is looking over at the whiteboard, refills his glass with a stronger whiskey, and goes, I miss, border disputes and bugbear raiding parties.
All these options we have are terrible.
And half of them we caused.
Did we?
We didn't cause
Okay.
Nicholas.
No, we caused
Nicholas came on
No,
her own.
no. We just lit. Look, Nicholas is a fire, and we were the fuel that we just gave her more energy. That's all.
And the terrace we kind of accelerated. We didn't
constantly-
cause the terrace.
We constantly abrase her.
We didn't cause the terrace. We just accelerated the process
Well,
exponentially.
maybe we didn't cause it.
Yes, exponentially, sure.
Exponentially. That's your fault.
All right, have I missed anything else?
I'm going shopping.
Okay. Sparks leaves the door for his third time. Go off into the city. It's midday at this point, I'm just going to say, because I time and all that. We'll just say it's midday.
Of the 2 days, we're already halfway into the first of the 2 days that we have.
It's 2 days, and then it's the after the 2 days of free time, and then you have the day of the event that's happening.
Ah, okay. Two days ish.
Oh, actually, most of my gold is all.
And
Oh,
just a
okay.
reminder, the council will come to you on when it's time to get teleported and all that.
Oh, okay. Actually, never mind then.
If you wouldn't mind filling me in, you have a friend who's due for execution. Is this for a particular crime he may or may not have committed, or is he just held by some unsavory types?
Well, he committed a crime to his mother by stealing a book that he didn't want them to have because he felt that they were going to. You're not here.
Roll that
We're
calamity.
getting the explanation.
The explanation. Explaining.
He yes, there's no mansplaining. It's only explaining.
Continue.
He stole this book. He stole this book from them, and they've been hunting him ever since. And now they have him and the book, and we know it's not. He mentioned that it was for a very, very bad thing if they were to get it back, and they have both now.
I'm not quite
So
joking.
he was trying to save somebody or something. It wasn't just him. He was doing it for more than himself, I think.
Surprisingly enough, he was actually being selfless.
True.
And this is a friend of yours.
Yes, you could say that.
That's a word for it.
He has bled with us on the battlefield.
Then we rescue him.
And where we go, we have now found where where he is supposedly going to be executed, and we believe it's a trap for us because they know that we know about the book.
They ever try to siege the city once. They're not hiding. They know where we are.
Right. That's why I think they want us to come. The trick is, how do we do it?
And they might be expecting the 4 of you, but they won't be expecting the 5 of us.
This is fair. This is fair.
I like that odds, and you from afar as well.
They will be expecting 3 of them.
Ah, that's true. We'll have 2 hiding in the shadows.
Oh, that's right, because I don't know you. This is true.
Well, they do, but that's for an entirely different reason.
Now, are you,
Was it the girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
Are you comfortable?
They're expecting an army. Great, we'll take them by surprise.
I won't be looking for a very
Classic
small nimble
Hollywood
group.
explanation.
Now, if we only had a Holocaust cloak, that would have been something. Or a wheelbarrow.
Why didn't you list that among our assets to begin with?
I love you, nerds.
I still find it hilarious that every D&D table ever devolves into Monty Python quotes. Except ours. We go to Mel Brooks quotes.
And Princess Bride.
And it's called being one level above everyone else.
Oh, yes.
I would say it's a broad B level 80s movies quotes, because he goes to Willow pretty much every
That's it.
10 minutes.
I'm rewatching Lady Hawk.
My favorite quotes are from Spaceballs.
I've got Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. We all Princess Bride. Like, it's...
Hudson Hawk. We need to coordinate all of our activities.
Hell yes! Absolutely! Whitney Houston
down.
version of the Super Bowl. 7 minutes and 13 seconds.
There we go.
Cast your favorite votes for one of your favorite movies down below. All right.
There you go. That's what gets people to comment. Hey, it could be worse things.
Okay. Let's.
I am not going shopping anymore.
I would like us to be fully rested, not because. Well, all right. I'd like us to be fully rested because I know.
Just a reminder, everyone's currently bandaged up from the various medical people that came over and started bandaging you up from a very traumatic, bludgeoning event. It's not just like you were being stabbed. It was you were being crushed to death, whacked with a baseball, essentially. And so it's like you look like you're on hospital beds, essentially, after being wrapped up in that shit.
But I would like us to fully rest so that we can
The
then.
damage I took was falling.
I mean, some of us are already on this resting.
Yes. So I want to make sure we're all
why don't
rested,
you
and
just
then we
go
can move
rest?
forward. So let's not wake. Let's not wake her right away.
So good I don't have to do that.
Let's make sure that we are all rested first. Can we all agree to that? Because my arm still doesn't move right.
I pull my barrel.
Because it's your left arm.
Oh, there we are. That's-
Well, yeah.
You are seeing the very feminine, in the right areas kind of situation. Robed individual, looks like she's changed her robes out to be more of a, almost like an office worker type of clothing. Pants, shirt, has that same amount of hood that goes around her head that has the runes that are slightly pulsating on various different runes now, which you haven't seen. Yes, how can I assist you?
I pull the barrel. This is all that's left from it. Do you know anyone who can fix it? Or do I need to take it back to the Reaper's Scythe?
Oh,
Yeah. One boom.
hold on, I think
Also-
she opens up the tome again and she starts flipping the pages.
You showed it to me.
Oh, yes, Councilmember Glancer said that he would be dealing with it.
Awesome.
So it would take, I think, maybe a day or so.
Would you also let him know that he should add to the there is actually a training manual and you're not supposed to fire these things underwater?
Oh, yeah, he's already mentioned that. Actually, I already have it.
Underwater?
No, a new one.
Oh. About not firing it underwater.
Well, there's also other things, but yes.
Okay.
Specifically, special type of ammos underwater.
Oh.
Yes. They're experimental and all that. We don't know exactly about every bit of environments when using these type of special type of ammunitions.
Thank holding. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you. Before I depart, I need that prepared.
She goes off to do her own thing because taking various inventory of the remaining booze that are quickly disappearing.
You know, I don't drink, but I think I might.
You bed down for a long rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You bed down for a long rest. Quinn, you're about halfway through the unpetrification process of this pixie.
Try to get like the head free first, so that I can be chatting with it while I'm getting the rest of its body
Yeah,
out.
you
Give
can
me some
do
quality
that.
time where it can't actually do anything before I actually have it free.
You freed pixies before.
So, in the process of doing this, as the very pink purple crystal that is actually encasing this thing gets thinner and thinner and thinner, you're actually able to see more of the body. Seeing that its wings are the first thing that you see, it's actually of like almost like a praying mantis type of set of wings that have these very colorful, overly glitter infused insectoid mantis wings that have almost like patterns of eyes throughout the entire making of these wings. And then you look at her lower torso, which is actually, and she's a tiny thing. She's no more bigger than a baseball. Yeah, so she's pretty tiny. And you notice that there's insectoid legs. 4 of them, in fact, that would be of the size and shape of a praying mantis. But the upper chest and torso and head and arms are a more humanoid body that has insectoid-like armor plating that is covering her body. With fiery red hair that's going down and seems to be tangled, but, in the process of being billowing in the wind if she was ever moving at super speeds, with a small little crown made of various leaves, colored petals, and what looks to be slain, almost like trophy attachments that lines her crown of other insects. At least insect-type wings. And when you're getting the head more and
I'm
more...
trying to figure out when and how a centaur, an ankeg, and a pixie had a threesome.
Okay. I'm not going to answer that.
It's a fairy.
It involved a pretty basic pool of love potion, and,
Love cakes.
all it takes is the will at that point.
Yeah.
Ow.
So I'm cleaning this bit, cleaning away this sugar cube, basically, rock candy. I figure I've literally found a set of paintbrushes, and I just got a jar of water that I'm washing in.
And as you get more and more of the upper body area, specifically looking for the head, as 1 turns to 2, turns to 3, and so on and so forth, as you're getting a little tired as the day progresses, you eventually start to get the head all the way down to the nose and chin area as the whole thing breaks off, and almost like a turning on light bulb, the entire body, ding, 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 turns on with a brilliant purple-blue light that immediately cases everything but the wings of this creature as you hear high-pitched screaming, which Sylvan, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I do.
Okay, as she begins to speaking, I'm alive! Oh wow! I wanted to say so many things when I was in that thing, like I'm not dead! And hey, can you see me? Oh, how you doing?
I imagine what I'm hearing is
Pretty much, yes. It is quite literally. I wish I had healing right now so I could do that, but we're not going to get to that point. Probably past.
But as I slow it down, it starts to become actual words.
She's speaking incredibly fast. Well, it looks like it took you a long time. I can continue with other things.
Calm down.
I am calm.
I still gotta
Where
get
did I go?
this
I can't move my body. Hey, do you mind? Can you release me completely? I mean, do me a solid.
I'm working on it. But first, can I have your name?
Why would I make my name? My name is useless. You don't need that.
Of course I do. Allow you to make a persuasion check.
Oh.
Sure.
I
Can't
said
like the
you
smell of
may
you.
call me
You smell pretty sweet and a little shifty. Kind of gets my attention.
And I commit her name to memory. And I say, thank you for giving that to me, and I accept this wonderful gift.
And thank you for your name. Ah, shit, I said the T word. So, this is ugly.
Allow me to get this last little bit off of you, and of course, it is out of the courtesy and grace of my heart that I freed you from your saccharine prison, and of course you would be remiss and unable to step foot in the Queen's court again were you not to repay such a favor.
Why would you tell me such obvious things? Of course I wouldn't do that. What kind of person do you call me that? I'm not some sort of shifty little shadow elf. Or Dixie. Have you met those people? Ah, terrible people.
I hate you.
I know.
So,
how did you get my money anyway? This doesn't look like where I was. There's no room. Too weird with the decoration, though.
As Quinn is cleaning her off, he is quietly, telling her about, all of these various adventures that he's had on behalf of the Green Wardens, and his friendship with the Fae, and all of the ways he could think that one such as her might be able to repay the favor of returning her to the land of the living. Such common things as life debts or oaths of fealty that he has heard are very common among those of the Court of the Stars. Out of character, I am setting up for next level when I will gain the feat the spell Find Familiar and have her be my familiar.
Yes, I know exactly what you're doing. And I'll be sending you your email in a moment because I already have this in build.
Of course you do.
You saw the writing in the you saw the pixies
Writing on the
in
wall.
air.
Well, that's all interesting and all that. And I thank you for... You're too persuasive. You're too handsome. Why do you have your hair like that? How about you just cut it? No, that's a bad idea. Get your hair. Can I have a lock of it?
Of course. And I cut off a small lock of my hair and I twist it into a nice little ring shape and tie some twine around it and I crown her with it.
You know too many things. Oh, so kind. Anyway, so now that we're best friends, I'm going to be sticking around you a little longer, whether you like it or not, because you already know my name and I've already said the T word. Doesn't matter if we're not in the Feywild, things are still things, And I can point out various things. I know many things. I've been around the world. I've talked to a lot of people. Oh, you never know. I'll just start talking. By the way, do you know what day it is?
I will appreciate your wise and gracious counsel. And I will caution you that I have several compatriots
It's not Tuesday, is it?
will be of a different frame of mind as to your volume and intensity.
Why do you talk so slow?
But there is good news as well. I know how your type likes to play these little jokes that you might catch people unawares, and I heartily encourage you. There is one with a shell on his back, reminiscent of a large turtle, and he loves pranks and practical jokes. You make him primary target.
Well, I got a little trick too to make sure I even make more fun. And you hear it, and she pops out of existence, though she's still there as she goes invisible.
Your quest line has been updated.
Nicholas.
Real quick, before you get into whatever you're going to, historic, like the last character sheet you gave me, I had a +6 to my charisma modifier, and on the current one, I have a +5.
Ah, did I miss that? Oh, I forgot to add the plus.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I just
So I did everything over here,
Okay.
except for like these things. But I need to go into D&D Beyond and actually change it manually.
Okay,
Because
cool.
I forgot it again. And
But it is +6.
yes, it is definitely +6.
Cool. Alrighty. So you were saying?
Yes, let me remind myself. Ah, yeah, here we go. awaking from your slumber, from your trance-like slumber, after 4 hours, you complete a long rest, and you feel sated, which is a weird feeling as you look down onto your artifact as it almost purrs like a well-fed cat. As the eye of the raven shifts to meet your gaze after a half second, almost as if it's beckoning you, like an old friend asking someone for a brunch.
Hold that thought, and I pull out my sending stone.
Mm-hmm.
And I check for anything from Aranet.
There is something.
You have one.
Yeah.
One.
With the message stone is basically information saying, I'm currently undercover, transferring stations on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
No news is good news.
Okay.
Let me know when you're coming in.
Okay.
Make sure you get an invite in and out.
Okay. Now I look at the eyeball.
Okay. And very similar to this original meditative-like state. There we go. And almost as you first attune to it, you have this feeling again as your consciousness dives into this eye, this red sphere, pinpointed by darkness around it, pinpoint of red followed by darkness around it that seem to fold into this red center. You feel yourself once again entering the material plane of shadow. The Shadowfell itself, as your consciousness stretches thin, as you traverse your home plane that connects to Vilmario, the shadow grows deeper and darker, and even you, an elephant's eyes, cannot pierce. Again, you enter into a place that is far darker than the Shadowfell itself, as you enter the natural plane of negative energy, a place of death, decay, rot, and separation. You cannot pierce the darkness apart from the various visions of undead entities, go-heads, and spectral entities that are gasping for terror every time you pass near them. And once again, your consciousness spread infinitely thin, as you seem almost to slip into in-between spaces that dwell within the negative energy of plane, as you begin to see a familiar sight of the center red eye, surrounded by dust, debris, and various objects being sucked in by tendrils of tornadoes and suctioning powers of this massive blob of swirling mass of material at the center of this red singular eye. Much closer than you originally were as you were being echoed towards it. Closer and closer, being taken to this center mass that seems to act very much like a singularity. And you start to feel the pull as you feel a unmatched acceleration further and further towards the center, seeing various objects, debris, bodies, screaming entities being torn, ripped to shrivels and reduced to their original atoms and structure integrities, as something grabs the tug of your scuff again and pulls you into a plane of infinite beige. Not bright, but not dark. But infinite in each direction, as you see, almost as if he didn't even move from the various positions that you once saw him again. As you see this tuxedoed man, thin, black and wreathed shadow, with its head spewed out as various dots of lights are going across where its head would be, almost as if like you're looking on an outline of someone with crazy, almost like troll-like hair that's going everywhere. Mm-hmm. As it turns to the greens, and almost like an excited child, and almost as a surprised individual, gives a small little nod towards your direction before promptly sitting back down towards the table.
Sit down.
It claps its hand. And the table that was made out of this spectral, almost like shifting energy of black wreath shadow stuff, vibrates, and there's blocks, almost like as if a child built for building blocks, And he starts building. 1 pile, 2 piles, 3 piles. The first one getting taller and taller, putting fewer and fewer on the other blocks, seemingly watching you closely as it's doing this. Before most, if not all, the blocks are going to the one as tallest, and it becomes, as he stops, stagnates. As he points to you. And then begins to tip over the tallest one, as all the blocks, and begins building. As another one gets similar to that height, imagery of the elemental mountain, as he points to you once again, and motions towards this pile of child blocks.
Do you want me to build?
He shakes his head as it waves back and forth, as if saying no.
Do the blocks say something?
They say a mass of things, but they still don't make any sense. And then he points to you again. Puts a few more on. 3 of them specifically.
Okay. Do those say anything? Like, I can see him. Shouldn't I be able to understand anything he can understand?
True. You get a mass of languages.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them that you don't even know how to pronounce, as they require additional understanding.
Do you have 3 tongues? Is your
Pretty
mouth
much.
more than 6 feet wide?
Pretty much. Go and roll a general charisma saving throw.
There's a reason they call it an unspeakable horror, because you can't speak it. Duh.
Well, that is a 20 right there.
Natural 20?
Yes.
So
So that's going to be a 36.
Okay, so connecting yourself with that would be a absolute, like, you probably don't want to do this kind of shit to the origins of the universe and stuff like that, and a fourth dimensional creature in general, possibly 5 dimensions. You look at the blocks once again after making eye contact of this entity. And the blocks become not readable, but more and more less chaotic? Semi-understanding as it gets closer to the top. Though you still can't read it.
Okay. Good talk. Can I go?
Seems like gestures to the oblivion.
However I left before, I'm going to do that again.
You start walking towards the direction where you kind of entered.
Mm-hmm.
In about 30 or so feet, you feel that familiar pull again. Instead of being infinitely drawn, it's infinitely squished. Reverse going in from what you came from, and you're back in your room once again, with a barb devil currently hanging at the corner of the room, just kind of sitting there.
My new headcanon is the Barb Devil sleeps with his eyes open, so he's always just sort of staring.
Oh, 100%.
Gotta make it infinitely creepy, right?
I go down and make myself breakfast. Like,
Easy enough.
on the way down, I check my thing to see if it's different or...
It feels heavier. But yes, there is something different to it. There is a addition to what you actually wanted from last time as a reward for completing a task.
Da 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 da.
It's like Mary Puff.
That thing,
A
that
letter
does
above
that.
her. Oh, and
Neat.
yeah, and in the kitchen there's more bugs for you actually, as a pallet has been made preferably for you.
Cool.
Preferably, as in it is there for someone else, but it is not necessarily meant for you.
X in there going.
Oh, I was gonna say Vedic is standing next to it with like a croissant stuffed with bugs. Just
I'm over there on the table front going like this. squirting. Squish one at a time.
Can I have one?
Mustard.
I was just thinking.
Like no. So you're squishing bugs, right? Vedic will walk over and like take like a table knife and scrape up some of the squish and put it on the put it on the roll.
That's why I was doing it. It's a little sauce. You know, I was just thinking. Since now that we have Sparks can actually start eating, he's just now being able to eat. We should make certain that we
Right?
feed you in a way that is the most qualified palate to the world.
Okay, so while he's babbling, I'm gonna, walk away from Ek talking as self-preservation kicks in. And I'm going to see the whiteboard.
Third on the board was Wake Nicholas.
Yeah, that's
Then followed by
noted.
Tarrasque.
Followed by a circle around the Tarrasque.
She looks at Vedic. Vedic's got a croissant halfway down his throat.
Marker? Mage hand. Flip it over. Cross out Wake Up Nicholas. Write you idiots next to it. And then destroy the heart of Fey Lord gets added to the bottom.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, we still had that. I forgot about that. That was a long one.
What do we get for doing that?
Good point. What do we do?
Well,
I mean, aside from generally squishy feelings.
Sorry, I must have missed this part during the early briefing. Lord?
And everyone else goes, oh yeah.
I forgot we tell you that.
my old patron got infected by an illithid, and he's part
The
of
same illithid currently piloting the Tarrasque.
he's part of that whole thing.
Yeah, that's kind of all intertwined. There's a lot of shit going on. I mean, seriously, man, you gotta keep up here.
But mainly he turned on me and I'm going to destroy him from the inside out.
Oh, he's muted.
Not sure if you caught that, Quinn. I know that you're eyeing a barmaid in the corner. I get that, but
We have barmaids?
What do they do?
So we have.
there was.
I got a Lithid Fae piloting the Tarrasque, and I was like instantly. Okay, I need to send a message to someone.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of crap that's all intertwined. It's all together.
And this light kind of flashes from underneath his hat and goes flying on his head. And it's squeaking at him, and he squeaks back at it, and it takes off.
I mean, I understand it.
And it gets by Nicholas and you're followed by it going opposite direction.
At least I
Why
understand
is there a pixie?
it. That's a fairy.
And about 5 feet away it goes,
What was that?
disappears.
I wonder what happens when I do that.
Miss Bumble, she's a friend.
Bumble.
Bumble.
Who is Bumble?
The pixie. He's responding to my question.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
The light?
That was a pet. You have connection to the Fae, and you can't identify a pixie on sight.
I was taught something by a pixie, but
Useless monstrosity of metal. We're not going after your girlfriend before we murder my boss.
mine was yellow.
What? That seems seems fair.
Remember this episode of The
Counterpoint.
We also only have a
The
week.
things that are likely to be found. What happens in a week?
We have a week before they march on the front line, which is where my house, old home was. Just gotta add that to the whiteboard. Defend old home.
Defend old home.
Sparks.
Sorry,
But that one is-
correction. Lay siege to old home.
But that one involves fighting the illithid Fae Tarrasque. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so he walks over and grabs the marker and draws a big line.
Similar.
I'll go grab some
Two
yarn.
things.
Go get some tacks and some yarn. I'll be
Yarn.
right back.
This is so complicated.
worker and walks over and at the bottom puts "Stop starting world-threatening calamity."
We have to finish them first.
The counterpoint. I hear what you're going for. Counterpoint. Going and invading this dragon lair would yield artifacts of significant power that would aid in the destruction of your boss.
I'm in.
Former boss.
Don't you all care about this plane or something?
The more power we get, the easier it'll be.
I do.
The more power we get, the easier it'll be.
There are.
We got a 50-50 Not really.
This swing boat?
Episode name there.
Swing boat.
boat.
Swing boat, question mark.
Look, you also have to realize that Quinn's looking at this and realizing these three big nations, if one or two or maybe all three of them just became big smoking craters in the ground, it might make life for my nation a little bit easier.
It would make life for a lot of people a lot easier.
All
We
right.
just need to make sure we're prepared to be able to do whatever we're going to attack.
The Trask will be the crater.
Let's just walk Quinn through some of the connection points real quick.
Oh no, I'm following the red yarn. I got it.
The big thing, if we kill my former boss, it likely makes the Trask fight easier. If we do the Drake thing, yes.
All right.
That makes sense.
Because the Illithid tie-in,
Vedek's taking notes.
yeah.
Do we need to kill the Illithid too?
We can alternatively kill the Illithid, which will depower my former boss,
Which makes that
but
fight
he will
easier.
still be involved in the... The best way to kill my former boss is to break into the Hall of Crystal Memory and find his heart and destroy it, because his heart is not in his body.
Okay, that's me hard.
It's fine.
I mean, we have that or a Trask
Crystal-
fight. I'll choose that over a Trask fight.
Crystal.
I can't
Yeah.
find the specific
I remember that
information about what
play
we
with
got.
to
add.
Donnie Jet.
Sorry, what?
He remembers that play with.
I
Johnny
remember a play about that
Donnie
with Donnie Jet and Orlando Ooh. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what
Thanks.
I wrote back and then, especially when you did the divination. I went, and I made some.
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
got
She does.
copious notes.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna give additional information because what I did was fucking terrible,
Okay.
which I tried to make sticks on the head. The additional information I want to give is the reason it was the story of a fae, a powerful fae, not a fae lord yet, but a powerful fae that fell in love with the opposite side. So he was in the Sealy court, specifically one that was
Romeo and
your
Juliet's
boss,
anti-edition.
fell in love, entangled, deeply, powerful
Romeo and
with
Juliet.
someone of the Unsealy courts. They could never be together until he was caught along with her, and there was a battle ensued. One of them died because of his hands. And the emotion that he felt was so powerful that he couldn't take it anymore and had to remove his heart so that it could no longer beat this beat of sorrow. And he continually froze it so that he no longer felt that beat of sorrow, which in turn also gave him more power, but it detached him from any emotional feelings as a side effect.
No wonder he's such an asshole.
Someone would call him
Sounds like
heartless.
he was an asshole to start with.
Some would almost call him heartless.
Oh.
I mean, who's not an asshole in the Feywild?
I'm sorry, I had to. Actually, I'm not sorry. You come here for the mediocrity.
Yeah, keep questioning that hand. So that's the additional information.
Yep. The Trask is being piloted by a devil that I accidentally unleashed.
I'm sorry. Elephant Fade Demon Trask.
These people, what the hell are you doing with them? And then it's just circles, asterisks, and underlines.
Yes.
About this time, as you were discussing, like, look at feeling the time dilation and stuff like that of like a month ago. You met him. You met him like last week, like before the World Turtle. As you're like pondering your pockets and you bring out like almost like a tooth this size, and you're like, wait, yeah, I remember taking this from the Blue Dragon, specifically the one that has been etched with the symbol in it, and That's at the same time when Nicholas pulls out a wilted black rose, remembering the invitation that you were given. Not invitation to exit, but invitation to enter, at least. And you're like, the time doesn't match, and you're having almost like conflicting of like moments in your head.
Oh shit.
As the flashing
Like
of
an average Tuesday
almost like
for
a
Vedic.
domed, purple-skinned, draconic figure. The distant voice in the back of your head. And both of you feel like, shit, our memories have been fucked with. But that's all you get.
It's only been about a month.
Additionally,
Right.
on the tooth that has been etched is a what looks to be 5 chromatic dragons, colorless. No color, side by side with only one direction looking at each of you. Meaning you. The blue one specifically. The rest are looking in like directions away from it. Combining into a singular point where the next go into a singular point gem. Where a lighter etching, as if it was newer, begins, but not finished, as a curving dagger starts to curl down, dripping to a point that looks to be almost dripping some sort of liquid, like a poison dagger.
Like actually liquid, or is this carved liquid?
Carved. This is all the etching. Into a singular large tooth, which you took because you're like, that's probably important. And you took it, and you kind of lost memories after that.